Yeah, let me know when I'm.
Okay. Okay, so I would like to invite our next speaker, Keya Mukherjee. If I'm just correct, so she is an English language virtual educator. She holds a PhD in applied linguistics and instructional technology, instructional design from the University of South Florida. And after serving as faculty member and program administrator for ESOL and MSID programs at St. Leo University, she retired in 2024. She currently works as a TESOL educator at university in the US and serves as virtual educator in Ukraine. So, Kate, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for that nice introduction. So, hello, my name is Keya Mukherjee, and as you just heard, my current best way to explain myself is that a virtual educator, just finished a year-long program with uh, in the Mykolaiv. So, and now the work that I'm going to share with you is some of the work that I did with my students, and then as also a workshop that I did for the university, and then I decided to maybe share it with a bigger audience who's participating in the conference right now for TESOL-Ukraine. So I'm very, very happy to be here, very proud to be here. I've done many presentations for international TESOL, I'm still a member. Uh, in my local TESOL, I'm a member, so it's fantastic. So I'm very glad now to be part of this presentation. So today, what we're going to talk about, as the title says, is looking at PowerPoint as a tool to build very, very easy, not as much time consuming game building tools. So I kind of explained myself. So we'll skip this slide. Do you use, if you are in online, you can respond, or if you use games, then if you're on ground, then you could do a raise of hands. I think I'll be able to see you because the camera actually is showing me the room. So if you use games in your current classroom, whether it's online or on ground, you can just do a raise of hand and I'll be able to see it. Thank you, Natalia. In the audience, anybody? I don't know if they can uh, hear. Either way. All right. So we'll keep moving on. And what I wanted to share first is the objectives. What are we going to look at today in this 1 hour? First of all, we'll look at a little bit. I'm not going to spend too much time on why it's a great idea, but just a little refresher slide. I have some of the principles, some of the of why it's a good idea to use games. The like games that are adaptable to both online and on ground teaching for different levels, and then how to design these games, particularly using PowerPoint, which is and this is just a regular, simple, the PowerPoint that we normally always have. All right, so few things about the principles of game-based learning is it's not a new concept. The game-based learning um, has been used or given credit for being a very, very good engagement tool. It builds motivation. Whether they are young learners, we often think games and older learners, but that's not true. We all like to play. We all like to play games in the sense that's adaptable and suited for us. So depending on your audience, so some of the things I'll show, I just kind of did it simply. A couple of things I did it in my last terms teaching in with the students in Mykolaiv. So and then a couple just that I just would normally do, but I just threw it together for the presentation to show the kinds of things you can do. It lowers the affective filter because when you're learning a language, it can raise the level of anxiety because you know you're not a passive participant. You're going to be asked to uh, perform, you're going to be asked to speak, you're going to be asked to do things that you are not may not be comfortable. Children do obviously better with that situation than adults. So therefore, even better when with adults you can lower the level of anxiety. It will provide opportunities for introducing games, that is, teaching and also practice. So, depending whether you want to use a game at the beginning of a lesson, you want to use a game at the end of a lesson, or somewhere in between with students in groups or individuals or pairs and so on. And then because of this high level of engagement and motivation, and students are encouraged and to speak in English. So we are also then linking to the foundations and principles of communicative language teaching. So that's the general principles of game-based learning. Now, why PowerPoint? Why there are other tools, but many tools are paid. Many tools are complex to use. Many, like I said, they have a subscription base, and they require a whole lot of, some level of expertise with technology to be able to do it. PowerPoint, or you can even do it on Google Slides if you want. Is a it's we always use it as a presentation tool, like I'm doing right now with bullets, and then I'm talking about it. But it's more than a presentation tool. So you it has features in it built into it that has interactive capabilities. You can design things. The more you work with it, the more you will realize that how you'll go like, wow, I didn't know I could do this. Wow. So it's kind of with technology, you have to play with it. But PowerPoint is a easy to use, very like most of us have access to it, etc. So we can your the games. Today's topic is about learning games, and the features in PowerPoint that you would use to build these games would be hyperlinks. That's hyperlinking is a feature in PowerPoint. Animation, also another feature in PowerPoint. And then as part of animation, you have some trigger functions, which means when you see on click, when in English, I would say, when I click, show this. So that on click, that's a part of a trigger function. Just simple pictures you downloaded, you'll see me. That's what I'm going to share with you. It is an excellent picture editor, and just to demonstrate how easy it is, I'll show you so you don't have to like, oh, I downloaded a picture, I have to remove the background, so I need a picture editor. No, you don't need any of that. You can do it all inside PowerPoint, and it has a very, very powerful picture format function that some of which I will show you today in the presentation. Um, okay. All right. So let me quickly show you. So this is a game, and it's on landmarks in the US, and many of you can guess what it is, especially number one. Why is a guessing game? So I'll say, what is picture number one? And a student would say, Statue of Liberty. And I click and it said, yay, Statue of Liberty. What is picture number two? It's the White House. And we click on it and it's the White House. And what is the star? So some people, some students might know, and this is the Hollywood star of fame. And I click on it, and there, bingo, here we go. So you can do things like this, or food is another topic. Oh, what is number one? That's a popular food in the US. Lots of people eat this. That's another popular food in the US and worldwide, I'm sure. But we also eat a lot of salads. So, popular food in the US. So now the question becomes, how did I do this? Um, in the chat, I can share the handout that I have, but those of you who are seeing this from an on-ground setting, um, I'll put it in the chat, and maybe you can contact the coordinator to see if you can get a copy of this handout emailed to you or something. All right, so how did I do this? Selected it, saved some pictures, then I opened a PowerPoint slide. Everything that I have written here, I've put it in my handout, so you don't have to worry about remembering this or so on and so forth. But now let me do a quick demo because I have like 30 minutes or so. So I already have a picture of an apple. Okay, so I want this guessing game. I want students to uh, um, and to guess what this is. I'll have to get out of this full screen mode in order to be able to show you, in order to be able to function with PowerPoint. You can't function in the presentation mode. I downloaded this picture, inserted, but I said I would show you how easy it is um, to picture edit, a picture and edit. So I'm just going to do, let's see, insert, let's see, not there, insert, and I'm going to do a picture, and I'm going to go to my file, and I had an apple. Now I'm going to take an avocado. I'm going to show you how easy this is to edit the white space out. That apple also had the white space. So I just did a right click, and I'm going to edit my picture, and it'll do a magic in just a second. I'm going to tell it remove the background, and that's the magic happening. It did it, and bingo, I have my avocado without the. So let's put this one aside and let's work with, I'm going to put this one way below there so it doesn't interfere with this demo. So in the guessing game, I want students to be able to guess that this is an apple. On the left, my little bit of the screen slides that you can see this black. How am I going to create the black? Okay, so this is where on the top of the screen is part of your PowerPoint ribbon. You have a couple of things. You have picture format that you will need, and you will need animation. Okay, so let's use the picture format. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it, and I clicked on it, and these little boxes opened up. I'm not sure how big the screen is you're watching on, but if you can, it's this one that says selection pane is the one you want to choose. So I'm going to choose selection pane. I'm going to remove. Okay, so and I'm going to name this picture. So I'm going to call this, because I want the red apple, this picture in the back. I'm going to put a black one in the front, but I want this red one in so that the students can have that guessing moment. So I'm going to call this apple back. Okay, so now I have apple back. Now I need that black apple in the middle and on top of it. So I'm going to first copy this, and then I'm using a Mac, so I'm using Control C, and then I'm going to do Control V. But if you're using a PC, just use it's the same options. So now I have a second one, and I so I cannot have two apple backs. So I need to name this one apple front because this is the one that I'm going to make black. Okay, so now I'm going to take apple front and I'm going to take apple back. I don't need this one, but that's okay. I can put one on top of the other. Normally I can, let's see if I can, okay. Yeah. Oh, what happened here? It took away my apple front. Let's do this again. Apple Control V, I have it. Okay, now I'm going to rename this. It just, some reason. All right, now I have my apple front and apple back. I need my apple front to go on top of my apple back. I want to make sure that it's aligned very, very careful. Well, so I go back to my picture format. This is the main tab you will work from. And then you go to the align and you say, I really want it tight and I want it in the middle. So please make it like, all right. So now we have one on top of the other. Now I want the apple front, this one. I click it here. You cannot tell, but the fact that you've clicked it here, because one is on top of the other, this is already, um, this is already, the only way you know it is because it's click on that highlighted on the top. Now I want to edit this picture. Oh, no, no, sorry. I don't want to edit this picture. I want to go back to the selection pane. Yeah, so let's do this. No, give me a second. Where's the format picture? Yeah, it's now you go to format picture. How did I get to format? Not edit. Edit took away I used edit to take away the white. Format. In format, you have some options. You go to the option that looks like a little, it says picture, it's a little mountains and stuff, it's a picture. I want to correct this picture. Remember, I want the top, the apple front to become black. So I remove the brightness and I make it black. Okay. So now I have now I can close this and now I have one on top of the other. The top hopefully is black and then the back, apple back should be the red. Now what do I want to do? I want this clicking thing to happen that you saw in the earlier slide. So I'm going to go to animations and I'm going to choose any one of these effects. Let's say I'm just going to choose anim animation. What happened to my effects? Mm, okay, all right, I had to click on it. Animation and I don't know. For now, let me choose appear. Let me choose appear. Hopefully this is going to go well. And I'm also going to, if you look, I did chose one animation. I could have also chosen anything else. But then now notice to the right side, you have a button that looks like a lightning. It's called a trigger. And what do I want to do on the trigger? If I click on the trigger, then I see on the click off appear, and I have Apple front. I tried it. Let's hope it works. I'm not sure. Sometimes when I'm doing this on Zoom, all the features don't function as well. So let's see if I can go to the presentation mode of this screen. Obviously, it didn't work. Okay. But as you saw, oops, as you saw, we ran into this the other time also, where this one, it should work. It When you go to the presentation mode, you shouldn't see the red apple. It should be the red. So something over Zoom takes over some of these functions, and I don't know why it doesn't work. Since we only have 30 minutes, but I'm going to share the handout. If you just follow those directions, it will work like you saw here. See, the red apple is in the back, the black apple is here, and I have no earthly clue. Let me just try one more time. Go to the picture format, go to selection pane, choose apple front is chosen. Now let me go to animations and let's do the animations is what's causing the problem, I think. So, yeah, it should work, but I have no idea why it's not working. I clicked on Apple Front and it, we'll see. There is something about Zoom that this animation doesn't matter. I'm not going to spend too much time, but I will, up until here, you saw this work. But if you follow the rest of the animation, choosing an animation and then do the trigger, it will work. Okay. So, because I have done this many, 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 many times. And if you need help when this there is a YouTube video. I don't know if you have access to this, but you can take a screenshot of it. If you have access to the PowerPoint later, then you'll be able to do it. A second game that I quickly want to show you, also developed on PowerPoint, is the Jeopardy game. And the way this works is, again, you choose a card. So I tell students, okay, we are doing fun facts about the US. Choose a card. So somebody says card one, and here is card one. It's an event card. A historical figure made a journey from southern Spain on August 3rd, 1492, looking for a shortcut to Asia, landed him in on October 12th, 1492 in the Bahamas. Who are we talking about? And the student says whatever, and we check and answer. It's Christopher Columbus, and I can do this left arrow to go back to the main, and the student chooses, oh, hands up, I want to do chapter four. I mean, card four. The U.S. Postal Service is the busiest mail delivery service in the world. Is this true or false? So somebody says true, somebody says false. What is the right answer? The correct answer is true. Now, don't ask me if this is really true or not, but this is part of a trivia questionnaire. So this is a game that I developed on how did I do this? So first I had to develop these cards as you're seeing it. Each one of these are I chose boxes and I put these flags as images into it. Then I created each of these cards that go with the four, one, two, three, four. And I created card one, card two, card three, card four. And then I came back here and I hyperlinked all of these cards to these other four cards. How did I do this? I just wanted to see if we can do a quick demo. So, in the interest of time, I didn't put pictures and stuff. I just created these boxes, nothing other than insert shapes and then color and fill and then just put in. I gave numbers. These are like 100 points. You can make it $100. You can do whatever you want. I just gave it some points. Once I created these, for each of these boxes, I created more slides. So vocabulary 100 is what is the most popular friendly greeting in the US. For vocabulary 200, what is the most popular way to say goodbye? I created these cards. Then for Orange 100 was grammar, and I have a grammar sentence with, and then another Orange 200. So I created these cards. Okay, so there were yellow, I mean blue, yellow, orange, and pink. So so I needed six cards. One, two, three, four, five, six. So I have two of each. So now for the pink, I did this and I did this. Now, how did I do this? If I do this in the demo mode, you will see, if I click 100, it says what is the most friendly greeting and what's up, etc. But how did I do this? Let me show you this. In the event you don't, if you know hyperlinking, then you will know. These are already linked, so I won't do those. But let's come to the culture. I don't think I linked them. I want to click anywhere in the box, and then I right click and a hyperlink. There is a hyperlink option that will open up, and then it tells me, what do I want to hyperlink to? So I just go to I open up my slides. It gives me all the titles. I didn't create this because I gave each of my slides have a title. It created that. So I'm going to go down until I find pink 100. Um, pink 100. And I'm going to give it OK. And then the same thing, I'm going to come here, right click, hyperlink. I'm going to click slide titles and I will go down and do pink 200 and I say OK. And now I come here and I say, cool, all right, pink 100. What is the most popular food in the US? There you go. Use the left arrow to go 200. What are the colors in the flag of the United States? Red, white, and blue. Okay. And that's how I created the Jeopardy game. So first one was the guessing game using animation and triggers, which unfortunately on Zoom, some reason, this is the second time I notice it doesn't work. So, and the third game that I quickly want to demo today is this. It's called the Fly Swatter game. And each of these games you can do also on ground. So for the Jeopardy cards, you will actually you can do these cards on colored paper and have students, you could put them on the wall and have students pick numbers and so on. The same goes with this one. This one really is a called the fly swatter game, and in real life we actually give, in on ground we give students two fly swatters and ask two students to come up to the front of the classroom. And you can do many things with it. So in this case I just said, okay, I'm going to read a few these sentences, and whoever swats the picture, if in an on ground classroom, whoever swats the picture first wins it. Okay, here you're not going to, if in an online session, if I were doing this like now, you can't really have a fly swatter to come up to the screen and swat it. So I'll say, okay, you can do it by hands up, thumbs up. You can have the chat box open, and that's where they put their thumbs up, or you can have them, if you have them select if you don't use the chat box, you don't know who did it, because when you just get a reaction, then you don't know what you're doing. This one, so if I say the dog is sleeping on the couch, and the student has to say number 4, and I click on number four here. Let's go here. Yeah, no, this is the one. That's the one I was going to do to show you how to do the same thing I did with the apple, but I'm not going to spend time because we don't have a lot of time. And, so it's the same thing. Underneath each of these is the picture. I created the box to go on top of it, and then use the same animations and the trigger options to do exactly what I did with the apple. Sorry, I did with the apple. I did with the. Okay, so let's see. All right. All right. So you can see that when the student gives the answer, then the which one is number five? Children are reading. What's the picture number four? Sorry, some of these are messing up. Let's try this. It should, they're all there, but why are this is what I don't know. The Zoom's trigger functions sometimes don't work well. No, but it's the exact same thing. Reason why the Apple didn't work is the same reason this one didn't work as well. So the options is you can use them in teams. You can do as each team chooses a person to select, and then you create the game, say go, then students have 10 seconds to respond. Oh, annotate is a feature on Zoom that you can use. You can also use, if you're familiar with Padlet or Kahoot or Nearpod, you can also do the same games with those. Okay. And on the ground is, I already explained, coming on to the front of the classroom and with a fly swatter doing this. And I think we might be pretty much at the end of the time. Uh, I think I saw the chat box telling me that it was 30 minutes. So is it 30 minutes? Then I just want to take a moment to share the handout in chat. So if
Yeah. And no, we don't have time because in 10 minutes we have another presentation in this room.
Okay. So I'm just going to put the handout in the chat, and you can figure out a way to share it with the students.
Yeah. So we will share the handouts with all.
The handouts, yeah.
Yeah.
So give me a moment to put it on there, and I just want to say a final thank you to everybody who attended today and came to the session. Thank you, and you can collect the handout from the and sorry for the little glitches. Zoom sometimes does all these little weird things. So take care, have a good conference, and I'm going to take a moment to upload it, the handout, and you all can leave to and go to your next session.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Bye bye.
Bye.